That sounded just like argument.
I swear something just now touched the back of my leg. It felt like something just touched the back of my leg. Have you ever been touched in here?
What was that? Did you hear that?
I heard something.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm on edge.
I don't have an explanation for how that could be possible.
That is probably one of the craziest things we've had happen. Hello.
What's going on?
Let's have all of us jump in here. So we are starting a new live stream series for those of you that didn't hear. This is going to be a live stream series that's going to be on our channel for the in-between weeks, because as you know, we've been releasing new episodes of Paranormal Quest every 2 weeks. Well, for the week in between, we wanted to give you guys content to watch and enjoy, and had an idea there a couple days ago to do a live stream series where we are going to go back into the episode that just premiered, which is going to be the haunted, the ghosts of the Davis apartments or haunted antiques. We're going to show you guys our favorite evidence from the episodes, and you're going to get the chance to ask us questions about the particular pieces of evidence that you see. We're also going to play them on the live stream, so you're going to get a chance to watch them with us and ask us questions about the evidence and about the investigations, what we felt, what we saw, things that didn't convey into the episode. You're going to get the chance to talk to us about it. So let's go ahead and get our logos up here. Boom, there you go.
There we are.
There we are. So, but how are all of you gentlemen this evening?
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great.
Well, what about you guys?
There we go. Sorry, Jason's mic was muted there. That was my fault. But he's back on there now. Go ahead and repeat yourself there, Jason.
Doing well. What about you guys there?
Oh, not doing too bad. And let's check out the comment section here. Hey, Robin. Hey, Brianna. Hey there, Leanne.
Viva!
Viva's in the house.
Viva, Leanne.
Shot Down in Flames. Natalie, Stephanie.
Josh Rutherford.
Josh is in the house.
Conry.
Amy's here. Angie's here. Jerry's here.
Stephanie.
Lynn. Hello, everyone. There's Susan.
Welcome, everybody.
And this is going to be a YouTube-specific live stream for you all. We're not going to put this on Facebook. This is just going to be for the YouTube. And so you all, if you could, go ahead and share the link and get people over here, and we'll get started into looking at the evidence.
Share it up.
Polly's here.
Yeah,
Polly.
Rhodey Strong is here.
Everybody give Polly a huge round of applause for her part in this investigation.
Yeah, come on.
Right.
That's right.
She
Absolutely.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
Polly was actually the Polly should get a producer credit on this episode because she was the one. I think actually she did get a producer credit on this episode, if I'm not mistaken. If she did not, that's my fault when I was typing the credits, and she was the one that got us that location.
She did.
So
Yes, she did.
big shout out to Polly there, and it turned out to be a really active place. Really not what we were expecting whenever we went in there.
No, not really.
So, I mean, Jason, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the location?
Exactly. Yeah, we didn't really expect. I mean, open-minded as always, but we didn't think what would happen did happen. And it did.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was like a lot of disembodied voices in that place. And we really didn't know where they were coming from because there were so many antiques inside that building. We didn't know whether the building was haunted or whether the items were haunted. So, but, even though Steve couldn't make it to the investigation, he actually has a little bit of an expertise on haunted items. So what did you think watching it and seeing all the items that we had in there?
Well, first and foremost, it's probably I think indirectly it was maybe a blessing that I didn't make it because I would have spent all my money there. Yeah, honestly, having collected antiques, because this is pretty much it was an antique shop, but items like that, you never know what potentially could come home with the item you're buying, or that you traded for, or however you got that. So when you're collecting antique items and stuff like that, if you're looking at something and it feels like it's not a good decision to get it, you know, maybe go with your gut. I would recommend with that because you could be bringing something home that's very malevolent or you know, bad. You know, that could be bad for your household, bad for your family.
Yeah.
You know,
Very true.
Yeah. And Roger, he had, I mean, a lot of items. We were talking to him off camera about all the different stuff that he has. He has things in that shop that are over 200 years old, and it's just absolutely amazing. I mean, phenomenal. And if you haven't seen the episode and you're here, this is definitely once we're done discussing this will be a good tease for you all to go and watch the episode and see the whole story, because we're not going to delve into things like the interview in this. We're not going to play the interview from Roger. We're not going to even play all of the evidence. We're going to show you our favorite clips of the evidence, but not all of it. So, but
all in all, I was very jealous.
yes. Green Path Custom Craft says, can we get some background? And that is a good question. Well, I have a little clip here to give you all a little bit of background on what we're going to be talking about, and then we'll go into a little bit more on the location. So this was our last episode. It's now called The Ghosts of the Davis Hotel, or excuse me, The Ghosts of the Davis Apartments. Same thing. It's just like, you know, long stay.
Yeah.
Same principle.
Extended stay.
That's right. It's now called The Ghosts of the Davis Apartments. And check out this clip.
Yeah, he got scared and left the lights on up there.
So obviously, it was visibly unsettling and disturbing to residents upstairs.
Definitely.
That's not you.
No, it's that chair.
He did tell us that apartment A is the apartment that has the most activity. It about made my heart stop.
I think we all jumped about 2 feet in the air.
Me and my wife's heard people walking up there when there's nobody up there.
Okay, that was clear footsteps right out in the hallway. So there it was. If you recognize that, it's because you've seen the episode. That's the tease from the beginning of the episode. And what better way to tease this than to tease the episode itself? That's right.
That's right.
I'm going down.
Steve's going to buy out all of his antiques.
Hey, real quick, I want to mention a big thank you to Alexia Overstreet for becoming a member.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And a donation from our friend Amy. Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much.
Amy over in the UK.
Yes, thank you very
Bless
much.
you, thank you.
So that's awesome, Amy. We appreciate it. And for those of you that don't know, Amy is a moderator on our Discord. And if you actually follow the links that are down below our faces right now, if you become a patron or a member to Paranormal Quest, you are going to get access to the Discord. And here eventually we are going to do some gaming.
Yes.
So once we actually are going to have to get a different computer in order to do it. But it's going to be it's been a process, but we will get there. We're going to have games on the Paranormal Quest Discord. We're going to play things like Phasmophobia and games like that. So
yeah, we do live evidence review. You can go through some of the evidence from locations, behind the scenes stuff, early access stuff, all of that fun stuff.
Yep. And of course you get behind the scenes pictures and behind the scenes video, depending on what tier you're on, and early access to the episodes, depending on what tier you're on. So, but anyway, we digress. Let's get into the location. You saw the tease there. And so let's start with Jason down there, because he's been too quiet the past couple of minutes. It's making me nervous. Jason, what do you think of Roger's store and the apartments up above?
It's really interesting. I mean, it's got a, kind of an average history. It's nice history, but, it's nothing that really stands out. No significant or traumatic events happened there. Just a lot of life, people coming and going, living there, until the people that lived in the apartment started having the strange occurrences with coffee showing up, just manifesting out of thin air, seemingly, and disappearing, or however it was that happened, hearing movement, footsteps, things like that. It's really interesting. And it was kind of peculiar, because like interviewing Roger, which is a great guy, and talking to him, antique store, you would think with all the antiques as we were looking through them, and we could see, oh sure, 200 plus years old some of those items were, the potential for energy to be attached And just to hear him describe all the activity he was having was coming from upstairs. It's like, really? So, which turns out it seemed like in the end it probably was that way, I guess, more so than down in the antique store. But what was awesome was we had those voices. And I can't speak for all of us, but speaking for myself, I was a little surprised by, those disembodied voices we got in the store first floor.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It was definitely really weird. And like I'd mentioned before, we're not sure whether the activity came from the antiques or from the apartments. I mean, because everybody that lived up above the antique store lived there, the stories that Roger told us, when Roger owned it and had antiques in the building. So it really is hard to tell. I don't know. What do you think, Dave?
I've known Roger my entire life, and not closely, but he's actually a distant relative of mine, and he's had that store there for as long as I can remember, and I've never known of any tragedies or anything going on in that building. But in the same breath there, I've never known Roger to make up any kind of bull crap or deal with anybody's bull crap or anything like that. He's a very stern, matter of fact, straight to the point type of guy. And for him to reach out to my mom and say that they had paranormal things going on, excuse me, was quite surprising to me. So, in that moment, I knew that he wasn't making anything up or that he had to make up stories to get people in there or anything like that, because he's very well to do. He has no reason to make any money off of anything that isn't true. And so I was quite surprised to hear that he had things going on in there, and I was very interested to get down there and go back in that building and see what we could come up with.
Thank you for that, David. We really appreciate it.
Yes. And Red 76 as well.
Yes, Red. Sorry we didn't mention yours. Didn't want to interrupt Jason there in the middle of his discussion. So, but
thank you guys for being so generous.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. But also in that, the things that happened in that apartment, some of the stories that they told, they're all your standard paranormal activity except for a few instances. And what really made us interested was, and I know he had told us this and he had told Polly before we actually even got on location over the phone. Oh, wow. Hold on a second.
Oh, Josh. Hey, Josh.
Jeez, thank you, bro.
Thank you, Josh. That's awesome.
Bless you, man.
Holy crap.
Wow. Thank you so much for that, my friend.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you very much.
There he is, man.
But the one thing that really, confused us was the stories about the coffee. Like Jason said, coffee materializing and then coffee being spilled on people, especially in apartment A. And Polly had an experience a couple years ago where she saw the balcony door slam shut. So that was really, really bizarre. Just even hearing those stories. And then we get in there and we end up having as many experiences as we did, so it was almost from the very beginning, because we started out down in the antique store, then we moved up to the apartments after that. And the antique store had a lot of disembodied voices.
Yeah.
So,
Leanne. Be nice now.
Yeah, Tyler, you're right. He said, I feel like it would take something extremely powerful to summon coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to the coin from the cabin.
Similar to the coin from the cabin, yeah. I mean, that just manifested out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, something from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Joanne wants Jason to know that he has $1 million voice. Milk it.
Okay. I don't have any vitamin D right now, so I'm sorry, it's the only milk I drink, but maybe that's what helps.
Jason, maybe we should start a podcast.
Yeah.
And
We call it
Hey,
ASMR.
that's
or
right.
whatever.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's right.
I
We'll
don't
do PQ radio, and Jason will be the host.
maybe do like if folks want custom text tones where I just whisper sweet little nothings for your texts on your personal phone.
$50 a pop.
There you go. So, Now, without further ado, I wanted to get into some of the evidence here because that's why everyone came here, not only to listen to us, but also to see the evidence, because this is what it's all about. This is why we do what we do. And the first clip that I'm going to play here was from when we were in the antique store. And it was fairly early on in the investigation, within the first 10 or 15 minutes. And Polly heard a voice from right behind her. And in the moment, Dave and I didn't hear it, but Jason did, and Polly did. And we didn't realize how clear it was until we actually got back, put the footage on the computer, and even as I was editing through it, I didn't realize how clearly this voice would come through. And it's very bassy, we'll say that. So I did notice on some speakers that didn't have good bass, you almost couldn't hear it because it's like the entirety of the voice is in that lower frequency. So, but what did you hear in the moment, Jason, before I play the clip?
It was really cool. Yeah, real low. And in the moment, you could tell it sounded human, sounded vocal, but it was inaudible. You couldn't tell what it said. It was just like, something like that. And heard it immediately, looked over, and it was so cool when you have that experience and you look over and the person you're with, in this case, Polly, closest to me, she heard it too. She said, yeah, it was right behind me. And it's like, wow, great catch.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the clip for everybody so you all can hear it. And then once the clip's done, we'll talk about it for a little bit longer. Here it is.
Oh, right behind me.
Yep.
Something right behind me.
What was that? Did you hear that?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It was weird. Jason, was it that deep in the moment whenever you heard it?
To me, the way it was picked up electronically on the recorder and the camera seemed to be a little bit deeper than what I remember in the moment. But of course, you think about it, a second or so hearing it in the moment. But it was very low. It was very low. But when it's one of those things, you hear it back and you're like, there it is. You just recognize it. You ID it because that's what I heard.
Yeah. And it was really strange because Dave and I were all the way on the other side of the counter going back into that second room that sits in behind the main show hall of the antique store. And so I don't know. It definitely was male. And it definitely, even hearing it, Steve, what do you think? Do you think it was?
To me, it sounded like if I was going to say hello, how the air comes out as you say hello. It was definitely a part of a word. To me, it sounded like one. It was like, or.
Can you play it one more time for everybody?
Yeah, I can play it one more time. And that is a good point because it's, maybe not.
It was just a fragment of a word.
Yeah.
To me.
Maybe they didn't have enough energy to get the full word out. And maybe it was just a fragment or a grunt, But here it is again.
Oh, right behind me.
Yep.
Something right behind me.
What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah. A little breathy.
I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments about that voice?
Very guttural, someone said.
Yeah. Polly was there, and she said it said as in no right after she said no. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Maybe even mimicking her.
Could have been.
So she's around, Leanne. I'm not sure where she is right now, but
I don't either. She's around here somewhere, getting into something.
So
Josh says, man, I'm sorry, but that could be anything. It could be anything, but also we were there in the moment, and we knew what the noises going around were, and we don't believe that it was anything within the store itself or any of us, so that leaves it to possibly be paranormal. We're not saying it's 100% concrete paranormal evidence.
And you got to think as well, anything that gets presented here on our episode goes through an evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
It gets I'm sure I've been here for some of the editing. I don't live here, so it's kind of hard to make it over here all the time. But I do know we might go through over one little soundbite like that probably 10, 15, 20 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't make the cut, it doesn't make the cut. If it made the cut, we feel strongly that a high percentage, wise that it was at least unexplainable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exhaust
Yeah, I
any
was about
option.
to say.
And
I was about to say that, I can't speak for Polly, but I see she just said, that she heard that a foot behind her is a male. I mean, speaking for myself, in the moment, to me, at least, it sounded human. Of course, it happens, just like I said a little bit ago, so fast. In the moment, to me, it sounded human. Upon review, it could be interpreted that way. Sure, it could be interpreted many ways. But the fact of the matter is that I guess to me, and maybe for Polly, it was just, it came real close to her, and that was kind of the cool thing about it was we couldn't explain it, and it came that close to her. We both heard it at the same time. So I guess that's, if anything, the bottom line as to what's most significant is it was an unexplained sound that close to Polly.
Yeah, it definitely was unexplained. And that's why, a lot of the times whenever we present these in the episode, we don't say definitively, that this was a spirit voice. You notice that I put in there, I said unexplained voice.
mm-hmm.
Because in our minds, we couldn't find an explanation for what made that sound. So therefore, to us, it made it unexplained. So yeah, and the fact that they heard it too, that right there kind of tells me that, there's something to that. So,
And we didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Which, for me, adds to it as well.
Yeah, and actually, this next one is even more clear to me. And I heard it very clearly in the moment. And Jason heard it through his recorder as well. Now, the audio you're going to hear actually came from my camera, I believe. Yeah, it came from my camera. So my camera picked it up the loudest and the most clear, which makes sense because I heard it the loudest and the most clearly. But yeah, to me, in the moment I heard, it sounded like a high-pitched woman, and I didn't realize how similar in the moment it sounded to a laugh until I played it back, but I definitely could hear this voice, what sounds like a woman's voice to me. So check out this clip, and we'll talk about it after. Was that someone's stomach?
I heard that.
Wasn't mine.
I didn't hear anything.
It sounded like a voice, didn't it, Jason?
Yes.
Was that someone's stomach? If that was you who was speaking to us, we appreciate it. So you may notice that in the aftermath, the first thing I asked was that someone's stomach, because that's always what we try and do whenever we capture these types of things or hear these types of things, is we try and debunk what we're hearing. And sometimes when you're on investigations, your stomach does make noises. We have it happen all the time.
Yeah.
Especially depending on what dinner we had.
Yeah, too.
Or even if we've had dinner at all, sometimes we go hours and hours of filming, like at that point of the investigation, we've been on location for over 8 hours, filming and investigating. By the time we started the investigation, we'd been there for about 6 or 7 hours at that point. So we were pretty hungry, but that's why, I asked, was that someone's stomach? And it wasn't. None of us had it.
That's normally the first go-to to mark if it's something naturally occurring.
Yeah.
If it's someone's stomach growling.
So that's why if you ever hear us ask that. So, yeah, Taco Bell. Yeah, there you go.
No, it's different from that.
We try and avoid that on investigation.
More like White Castle.
Huh?
What's that?
I said more like White Castle.
Just get personal, man. Get personal.
But yeah, anytime that we hear something in the moment, we always try to debunk it before saying that it's definitively something paranormal. And to go back to, I believe it was Josh. What was his name? Yeah, Josh. He said he wasn't trying to heckle us, but that it just didn't sound like a voice to him. And and we get that. We appreciate that. Not everybody's going to see or hear what we do, but we do go through a very rigorous process before we even decide to put it in the episode.
Yeah, and everybody's gonna have. Everyone is going to hear something different depending on what, not only what device they're listening to it on, but also what headphones are listening to it on and that sort of thing. So, we have that happen all the time. We hear stuff. Some of the most credible investigators that we know, they will send us stuff and we're like, we're not sure that that's anything. So it's good to have, other opinions, or else, you're just in an echo chamber. So we appreciate, honesty. If anybody thinks that what they're hearing is not what they're hearing, we'd love to, but again, we may explain why we think it is, and that's not us being defensive. That's just us explaining why we believe that it is. So
we love you guys. We love feedback.
Yeah, exactly. So
awesome, Josh. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. I saw something up here.
ASMR one, Kelly Whispers. That's a longer message.
Natalie had asked, she said she's not able to make it to live streams very often. Do we ever see orbs when we investigate? And
a couple anomalies here and there.
Yeah,
on the video. Not like I personally have never seen anything like in real life, but it's through our video.
I've never really seen like an orb per se, but I've seen what people call spirit lights and things like that over the years, but not very often. And if you have these people that come up to you and say my house is haunted and I've got pictures to prove it, and they pull out a picture and there's 5,000 orbs in the one picture, you should probably just move on or politely tell them that it's dust or something like that.
Yeah, orbs are not as common visibly with your eyes as what you see whenever you're using a night vision camera, taking a picture with the flash, because of dust. You always see what other investigators would call orbs, and we have pretty much, and we used to give more credence to orbs, but nowadays we pretty much almost always just look the other way. I mean, if people see them and tag them, we welcome that, but we just don't tag them ourselves, just because it could be any number of things: moisture, dust, a bug.
Hair on the lens.
Yeah.
Or close to the lens.
Hair on the lens.
There always is the time when occasionally you folks can notice it. Maybe we miss it, and maybe it is related to, maybe it's supplemental to an experience we're having. Sometimes.
Like there's that weird time at the Uniquely Yours, the really old investigation, Rich King's or whatever, and it came out of the back of my head.
Oh yeah.
Weird things like that don't make sense. Yeah, okay. Possibility.
Yeah,
Yes.
if it goes along with like a weird smell or like a strange feeling or lightheadedness, then sure.
By the time at Post Town, when I don't even would you even count it as an orb or a light or whatever, but it messed up the laser grid in the basement of the little cafeteria area.
Yeah, that was strange.
Interesting.
Mike Blake says hi, Steve.
What's going on, Mike?
And I saw Tyler mention that maybe it was something that the recorder recorded at a different wavelength than what we could hear at.
Yeah.
Which is very, very possible.
Yeah, we have that happen all the time, actually, in this episode that I'm putting together right now, which I will show you all the thumbnail at the end of this live stream. So if you stick around until the end, you all get to see the thumbnail for next week's episode. Ooh. So, yes, that is a good one. And that particular investigation, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but we had a lot of those instances where we thought it was quiet, and it ended up not being as quiet as we thought, thanks to electronic voice phenomena. Yes. So,
remember, guys, this is your chance on these this new live stream series. This is your chance to ask any questions whatsoever that you want about the previous episode. So make sure, if you have questions about the Ghosts of the Davis Apartments episode that we just uploaded, leave them here in the comments, and that's what we're doing now is answering those for anybody that's just joining.
Absolutely. And so this next one is kind of interesting because after we had gotten a few unexplained sounds, a few unexplained strange movement and things, we moved on to using the S-Box, which this was the first time we'd actually delved into using the S-Box.
Yeah.
And thank you to Polly for letting us use her S-Box. And I think we actually very much enjoy the S-Box now. It's actually one of my favorite spirit boxes.
That's pretty neat.
So just the way you can adjust the sweep rate and then record internally to the device was really cool. But I want you guys to listen to some of these responses because we had some intelligent answers that directly answered the questions we were asking. And to me, other people in the comments of the episode got a little bit of a different vibe from it. They thought it was saying their name, but to me, I think it says Polly's name. I think it was referring to her and not to their name. So check it out. I have a device in my hand that is believed it can actually, we can hear your voice come through. So if you come up and stand next to it and talk, we may be able to hear you.
Can you tell us your name?
What? Did it say Thelma?
I'm not sure.
Sounded like Thelma.
Can you repeat what your name is?
I thought it said my name.
Yeah, your name.
It wasn't my name yet.
It sounded similar, but I couldn't tell for sure.
Anyway.
Yeah, your name. Yeah, your name. There you go. So, what did you guys hear? Did you guys hear Polly's name come through the spirit box there, through the S-Box?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I mean that's
For sure.
to me.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crystal
I mean,
crystal
the
clear.
spirit box was on like the fastest setting. I think, what was it? 200, 250. The amount of stations that Paulie came over. Oh, that was real.
It was
was
even like right, like speed of the word it was said.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't forced, it wasn't rushed.
Yeah. And some people have said that they thought it was the Pauley, as in like saying his name was Paulie, like, you know, a young Italian gangster. Like, my name is Paulie, you know what I mean?
Like Polly Shore.
Yeah, like Paulie Shore.
Ryan, you're German.
So, yeah, and Andrea, we just repeated the clip. So what you heard was not it saying it 3 times. It was just a replay of the one voice. We always like to do replays of the more substantial things that come through. That way we can show you guys and you all can get a chance to comprehend what's being said. Because sometimes when you listen to it the first time, that's not enough to actually hear it. We have to listen to some things 4, 5, 6 times before we actually hear what it says. But that one was pretty clear.
Yeah.
So
Pretty cool.
and yeah, ask us some questions about that. I did notice a question up here from Josh. Let me see. Was it this one? Oh, did you show Ryan or anyone?
No, Dave and I got here just in time for the live feed to start, so I really haven't had a chance to share that with him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll take a look at it here as soon as we're done on this live stream because I'm interested to see what it is. So
Do a video on Hannah Williams. I don't know who that is.
I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell.
Extremely intelligent responses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Polly
Love your
Shore, is he dead?
channel.
Anika.
I mean, no, we've heard of G Team Paranormal, but we don't know them. We know of them, but we don't know them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I mean, of course,
Absolutely,
it makes sense.
Josh. Yeah, it was a good one. This is the first time I got to see him in a while. To be honest.
Yeah.
Did anyone say her name before it came through the box? I don't know why we would have.
I mean,
Really.
Not immediately before.
Yeah.
I think I did ask Polly, can you clap for the camera?
Oh yeah, true.
So whenever we did the sync clap.
Mm-hmm.
But that was several minutes before.
Yeah. So
Isn't Holly neighbors with the location? Yes, she lives close by.
So
Thank you, DM Moore. She said Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. That's coming up New Year's Eve tomorrow, and we hope everybody has a safe and happy New Year. But since we aren't getting any questions about the S-Box anymore, I think it's time to move on to the next clip so you all can see, because we have quite a few more clips for you all to check out. This one is a disembodied voice that came through while I was running the S-Box towards the back of the store, and I'd actually turned the S-Box volume completely down so that we could talk to one another. And at that point, Paulie and Jason both heard a male disembodied voice that came from the back of the store. So what you're going to hear on the replay is the recorder audio. So, and you're going to hear them describe it in the clip. But Jason, what did you hear in the moment?
Yeah, it was definitely over top the sound of the spirit box speaker, male, and at the time couldn't really make it out, so it was more inaudible. But upon review, listening to it on audio, you can hear it sounds like it's responding. Yeah, so, but Polly and I, we both heard it in the moment,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was interesting because we didn't realize you'd heard it until we walked back around to the other side, and Dave, you basically told Dave and addressed the camera and said, by the way, just a couple minutes ago, we heard this voice. So,
Right.
Which is what you all are about to see.
A few moments ago, Holly and I heard a disembodied voice. It wasn't the spirit box, and it came from the end here of the display.
Is there someone following me back here? Is there someone following me back here?
What did it sound like?
It was male. Just one word. I know it wasn't you guys. Ryan was right there. You were up there, and it came from right back there at the end of the aisle.
So yeah, it was a little bit more faint than that female giggle that we caught, but it was definitely audible in the recording. And that was audio from your recorder that you were holding in your hand. So that was not audio from the camera that was following me with the spirit box, or from my camera, which was where I was holding the S-Box. It was from all the way across the room.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's an interesting one.
Yeah. So did you all, in the comments there, did you all hear that voice? So, yeah, Tyler says you can hear it over the S-Box static.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was faint but clear.
It's Lorain, Ohio. No, I'm in St. Joseph.
Oh, no, yeah. Lorain, Ohio. That's unfortunate. We there's a location up there that we love that ended up getting torn down. So, but
all it needed was love.
Yeah. I mean, when that was going on, Jason, what would you feel like the vibe was in the store? Do you remember what you were feeling when you and Paulie heard that?
Kind of what I'm thinking we all tapped into at the beginning of the session, which just the strange vibe. It was like, not necessarily we're not alone, but I don't know. It's weird. You could tell there was something else going on. And other than that, I didn't really pick up on it much, other than just hearing it in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. It was weird because the store just seemed very crowded, if that makes sense. Yeah. And I mean, yes, there's a lot of antiques in there, not physically, like, it was physically crowded with antiques, which is what you want when you own an antique store. But I'm talking just like crowded with energy. Like, there was so many different things going on, you almost couldn't tell what direction things were going to come from. It was disorienting.
You're definitely going to have that when you have that many items with, let's say 25, 40% of them had any energy attached to them. You're going to have that when you have that many items in one area.
It did remind me of the energy from Steve's museum. Yeah, it did remind me of the energy from the Archive of the Afterlife, which, by the way,
Oh, thanks, man. Oh, that's the old school one.
The old school one.
Yeah, I lost the design for that one. That place, the guys that did that, their building burnt down.
So, but it did remind me of your paranormal museum because you have so many different items all around you, and it's the same principle, I think. So
You got some good, some bad.
yeah,
You know, and I definitely think with the new place, it won't be as bad until I fill it up too.
Mhm. Yeah, which that's coming hopefully next month. You're hoping to get everything moved in.
I'm hoping. I still got a few more items to move, some heavier items. I still have a couple tombstone and grave markers to move, and some other smaller items. And then comes the process of designing the room layouts and painting a few things. But
Yeah,
I have 11 rooms to put it in instead of 2 classrooms.
Yeah.
time, so
you get to spread it
a
out.
little bit better.
Andrea asked an interesting question. How do you know when the spirits are around? And she says for her ears ring.
That's interesting because Dave has a certain thing that happens with him, right? You tend to salivate a little bit more,
Yeah.
and then I tend my eyes will actually water up really bad. So yeah, I mean that's interesting. I think everyone has their little quirks, things that happen whenever something's powerful enough around to make it happen.
Yeah, and as weird as it is to say for me, which is something that not many people, I've not really heard anyone else say this, but I can feel. I don't want to say I can feel the energy in my knees, but I get like this tingling sensation in the joints of my knees and in through my shins, which is usually how and when I get that sensation, I've noticed in the past that things start to happen. So
Could be some of the energy just coming up from the ground.
yeah, I can probably feel the energy coming up from the ground.
Straight up.
So, well, thank you, Kelly ASMR. Wish you a happy new year as well. If I don't know if you have to leave, but you're more than welcome to stick around. We still have a lot of clips to catch here, but much love to you as well over in Belgium. So,
When they are around me, I feel pressure across my whole body,
yeah.
like a crushing feeling.
Yeah, see, for me, it's just kind of your traditional goosebumps, back of the neck, back of the head, hair stand up. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do get that sometimes, but not as often. I very rarely get goosebumps or the hair standing up on the back of my neck. It's mostly in my knees. So
Yeah. I do want to say real quick before we move on to the next clip, I see we've got a bunch of new people in here. For everybody just joining, we're going over and answering questions from the previous episode, The Ghosts of the Davis Apartments. If you haven't seen that episode, go back and watch it after we finish this, and what we're saying will make some sense to you. Go check that episode out. And then if you look down below Jason there, you can go and join our Patreon or become a member of the YouTube channel and get all the fun behind-the-scenes things, early access to episodes, play games with us, watch us review episode evidence, and stuff like that. So, yes, that was our little commercial break for you.
there you go. So, and that's what I'll show at the end. Sorry, Steve just saw the thumbnail for the next episode for the first time, and he had a little bit of a moment.
No issue.
So, yeah, it was a thumbnail that I put together 2 days ago. But anyway, we'll get to that. We're still on the Ghosts of the Davis Apartments.
Yes.
Could we have, I don't know if Leanne's still here or if Amy's still here, could one of our moderators share or any moderator really, share the link to the Ghosts of the Davis Apartment episode in the comments so people can find it if they've not seen it and watch it after the live stream?
Yes.
Thank you. So for the next clip, this was actually after we moved upstairs into the apartments. And this one wasn't particularly groundbreaking, but I would say it was definitely creepy. And it gave me a little bit of an uneasy feeling because I was by myself in apartment A, which is thought to be the most active apartment. Polly, Jason, and Dave had just walked down the hallway to apartment C. So I was all alone. And as I was sitting in the corner as I was sitting in the chair in the room, to my right, I started to hear movement. And it started with like a small thud, and then it sounded like shuffling, like feet shuffling in the corner of the room. And sitting in there all by myself, all I could do was just kind of turn my eyes and look and say, I'm hearing movement over there. But it definitely was an uneasy feeling to hear that when you're alone in the room. So here's the clip. Check it out. I'm officially all alone in apartment A.
Really bad if I came around that corner. In that room right there.
Polly said that as she was sitting up here earlier, you made it really cold in this room. I'm hearing movement to my right-hand side. Are you moving over there? So there it was.
That's interesting.
Like I said, just something small, but when you're alone in a room, it definitely doesn't take much to
Hit the blood corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't take much to get you on edge whenever you're sitting by yourself in a haunted apartment where they see coffee appear by itself and have coffee spilled on people. And so,
It's good coffee.
I'm not sure, Josie, if that was a mist in the doorway. She said she's sure she saw a mist.
Shall we watch it again?
Let's watch it.
Maybe we should watch it again. At what point, what was I saying whenever the mist happened? We can see if we can see this here.
It's a great mist.
What? Oh, you want me to replay it?
Yeah.
I was waiting for her response
Oh.
as to where it was.
I was in my own little bubble. The last thing I heard was myself say, "Let's replay it."
At the beginning. Okay, at the beginning. Let's watch it again.
I'm tired.
I'm officially all alone in apartment A.
Really bad if I came around that corner. In that room right there.
Polly said that as she was sitting up here earlier, you made it really cold in this room. I'm hearing movement to my right-hand side. Are you moving over there? All right. So after deliberation, we came back. We saw what you saw, and we have figured out what it is.
I think what seemed like a mist in the doorway was actually the IR flare bouncing off of the wall in the foreground.
Mhm.
You know, the wall right before you go into the next room. So I think that was definitely IR flare.
Yes.
But what I always say to people that bring up things like that is very good eye.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people would just glance over that and, you know, not think two things about it. But that's a very good eye to see that and wonder if it is something paranormal.
Absolutely.
You know, it was tough with those doors up there because and all of the woodwork because it's all original unpainted wood, but I believe there's like a polyurethane on it,
Yeah.
which makes it really shiny. So with especially our IR lights, because we use dead lights, which is a light that's built by Josh Bender.
If you crazy bright.
Yeah. If you've not seen them or used them, if you are looking for an IR camera light, go get a dead light.
Yeah.
Best thing we've ever used. But it's so bright that when that light hit that door with the polyurethane on it, it just reflected that light right back into the lens, and you get that glare. What looks like a mist, but it's actually just a glare from the light on the lens of the camera.
Paranormal Encounters joining us.
Hey!
Connor, India.
There's Paranormal Encounters. Hello.
Look who it is.
I guess they're cold or something.
Why?
Is that what that is, or a ghost?
Can't be as cold as me.
Because that's the little frozen emoji, I think.
Mike says, local Clarksburgian here. What, if any, theories would you have on how a cup of coffee appears from nowhere? Given that 3 families experienced it, it sounds like a credible story. Love what you guys do. Thank you.
A lot of reports of just random things appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah. What do you think, Jason? Steve?
Well, it's similar to almost like a poltergeist. I think we discussed off camera at the store in the apartments that, like poltergeist-like activity. Things showing up and then vanishing later, loud noises, movement, footsteps, door slamming, which residents heard. But the coffee, it seems like poltergeist activity, and it could be, but it's so specific and, it's so strange. This full cup of coffee, it just disappears. It seems like poltergeist. Maybe it is. Who knows? But there's a long track record of poltergeist-like activity at the location. My main biff with the coffee claim, I love coffee. I love the iced coffee. I was really wanting to know. I didn't doubt that it maybe possibly appeared. I was just hoping it tasted really good. But no one ever tried it.
Yeah, that would be the.
Maybe it was like, I won't use a name brand. But we'll just say, maybe it was really, really, really good.
Yes. Actually, and since you bring that up, this isn't the next clip that I had in line to play, but since you gave that good introduction, I don't think I can pass up the opportunity to play this next clip, because you set it up perfectly. Because we experienced poltergeist-like activity in the moment in the apartments, actually in apartment A. Unfortunately, we didn't have the camera rolling when it happened, but I'm not, and you'll hear us explain it in the clip, I'm not even kidding you. We were standing there having a discussion about just different pieces of equipment, and there was a piece of equipment that you were talking about, and you talk about it frequently, Jason, a piece of equipment that, that's funny, Boo-rista. There's a piece of equipment that can allow you to take music and turn it into EMF so that maybe spirits can hear the music. And you've been talking about that for weeks, and we were once again talking about that. And while we were talking about that, the K2 meter that was sitting on a little metal tray beside, probably about 2 or 3 feet away from you, it just flew across the room and onto the floor. I mean, just flew. And it about made all of our hearts stop when it happened, because it hit the floor with force and was pretty crazy. So, but here is the clip from the episode. You can watch this reenactment that we did of what happened, because like I said, we didn't have the cameras rolling in the moment. We're recording here. This is really
Weird.
It's really weird. It's unfortunate the cameras weren't rolling prior to this happening, because we literally just got back. We took a small break after that last session, and Jason was standing here telling us a story about a piece of equipment that he wanted to try and actually purchase or find that is no longer made. And this just about scared the shit out of all of us. The K2 meter, which I can't really see.
There's a flashlight behind you there.
The K2 meter's laying on the floor right here.
Just thrown. We don't even know where it was at.
I had set it, whenever we were done, I had set it on this little metal tray right here.
Yeah, it was like right here. Right there.
It wasn't even like that. It was flat. It was.
Yeah, it was like this way.
Yes.
Okay.
It was like that, and you were standing right there, Jason.
Which is, you can see.
Yeah.
And I just turned to Dave, to gesture to Dave in conversation.
Nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it. You can see my leg. This is all I've done.
Now bump your leg into that metal thing there.
No, we didn't even hear the table.
Right,
No.
you would hear that. And I didn't do this anyway.
No.
I've done, and then all we hear, bam.
I mean, this thing's pretty much broken anyway, but it was just like...
Yeah, it was that loud.
Crashing to the floor.
It was that loud.
That was very strange.
And I know that's not something we can claim as evidence for you all. We just wanted to let you know that it happened because the cameras weren't rolling. We can't claim it as evidence, but it is a really weird thing that just happened to us.
That was...
It about made my heart stop.
I think we all jumped about 2 feet in the air. That was
really weird.
processing it.
All right. Yeah, so that was definitely an odd experience. And Anika says you have to stop putting things on chairs. There was a K2 and a little camera. She's talking about the Bel Air house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When we had the camera fall off the chair at the Bel Air house. So yeah, that was definitely strange. We'd classify that under poltergeist-like activity. We can't say for sure that it wasn't a sudden gravity storm that caused it, but it definitely, I would say, defied the laws of physics, you know. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then it went sideways and all.
Yeah, like slid off of the metal tray like something pushed it off, and none of us were near it. You saw how, Jason was not far away from it, but he wasn't close enough to touch it. That's how far away he was. So, but that one was definitely odd. So thank you for the introduction on, for that clip there, Jason. That made me jump over to that clip because there was still one in between, and this one in between here is when I was alone in that room. You, Jason, and Dave and Paulie went over to apartment C. You were sitting in a room and you were getting some K2 spikes, but also you kept hearing these noises that you couldn't explain, and it came from in the corner over by you, Jason.
Right.
And it was just odd. So being that it came from literally pretty much where you were standing, can you explain those noises?
No. I mean, the first time that it happened, that loud knocking sound, tapping, and just to clarify for folks to watch, a lot of times the guys can vouch, I like to live listen, so I'm wearing headphones. And I'm wearing headphones, which amplifies real-time sound like 3 times, 4 times. It's very loud. So, but I don't have the sense of direction that a typical person would have without headphones on, So I hear something, and I could hear it very loudly here, but I couldn't tell where it came from. And Polly, right in front of me, she said, no, it's right behind you in the corner. And I was like, so I moved the K2 over. I think it was the K2, and trying to see if there was any reading. It was strange. And then it happened a second time, and you start to think, okay, there's something to this, Yeah. It can't just happen twice in a row like this. It's too weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it was weird because it happened like you said, it happened right after I think it was it Dave or Paul? You'll hear it in the episode. My memory is wiped. Someone asked it to make a sound. Mm-hmm. Someone said, "Can you make a loud sound?" And that was exactly what it did. So it was not only strange, it was responsive. So
intelligent.
Yeah. But here is the clip so you all can see what happened.
If you're in here with us, can you make a loud sound in this room? Can you make a knocking sound for us in here, please? What was that?
That was in the corner behind you, Jason.
Thank you very much for doing that. Could you try it one more time, please? What was that? What was that? That's not you.
No,
That's that chair.
I'm right next to it. I'm not moving an inch. Is that you we're hearing?
That's not you.
No.
That's that chair.
They said it again. Hello. We are back.
Hello.
So yeah, it was definitely weird. The weirdest thing was it was like it was one of those moments where you ask something to happen, and then it usually doesn't. That's the way it goes. It usually doesn't happen. So, but Matt, we're not ignoring your questions. We just have a lot of questions coming through in the comments section here, and we're trying to answer as many as we can. So
the episode was not fake. We don't fake our episodes. Nothing was set up, man.
No.
You may want to actually go back and watch through some of the episodes. And
one thing, if I may say to Matt, thank you for the comments, and we appreciate you watching. But
what was I didn't get to read? What was
it? We film. We understand. It's just the way it is that you can only understand what we bring to the table subjectively, not objectively like we do. Obviously, you're not there. If things were different, maybe perhaps you could be there, but we can only bring it to you within the capacity we can subjectively. So just understand that, we understand there's going to be room for doubt. We doubt it ourselves sometimes. That's why we don't include a lot of things we catch during our episodes. But, just understand we're just, and I'm sure you do, but it's just be open-minded to it, because we can only do so much from our end without bringing you there with us, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And before the whole pandemic thing started, we, for people that didn't believe us, we actually offered for them to tag along with us and see how we did stuff. And we did that for a while before we were able to.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's good for him to be, to ask questions like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume the way they were worded, that they were worded in a mature, manner. I mean, we've had some messages that were just flat out ignorant and rude, but as Jason said, other than bringing you along with us, you can apply your question to any other paranormal group on YouTube or anything.
Yeah,
you're subject to, are they going to bring you evidence according to, them being honest, or are they not going to be honest about it? We can tell you till we're blue in the face that we are honest about it. We do have a few people that do personally know us and know that we are honest about it. And you're either going to believe it or you're not. We're not going to beg you.
And Matt's right. He has every right to ask questions. He's very right about that. But
And
that's
also,
why we're so serious about the integrity of what we do, and hopefully you can see it too, because we're very serious about it.
Let me also just say, I mean, there are paranormal channels that are exaggerated, but let me say this, that what we do, and if we fake stuff, it would have come out by now, because we have that Discord and we do live. What we do is live evidence review, and there are people in this chat who have done live evidence review with us, where we stream our computer screen and they can watch the evidence review with us as we do it. And if we fake stuff, if we faked things, people would have seen it by now. So
yeah, and I just want to end this, I guess, on a way that Paranormal Encounters hit the nail on the head, that it would take way more effort to fake this than what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's very, very, very true.
Yeah.
But like Patty Perry said there, let's get on to more proof.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So
sorry for the tangent. We're just very passionate about what we do.
we are. This one, actually, I have one more clip for you all. This one was when Jason and I were doing. So what we did is we did an Estes method. Jason wore the headphones for the spirit box while we recorded it. And what we always do for every investigation is we take the recording of the spirit box, which luckily with the S box, it records internally. So, and then just sync it up. And that way you all can hear what Jason's hearing as he's hearing it. Right? Kind of a cool little thing there. That we, but if we don't use the S box, like when we use the PSB7 spirit box, we'll just run an audio cable from the spirit box headphone jack to a recorder and then run the headphones out of that. And that's how we get the audio from the spirit box for you all to listen with whoever's doing the live listening. So, but anyway, we took a break from the Estes method to recharge the S box because it had died. We started to hear some strange footsteps, very distant footsteps, out in the hallway just outside of apartment C, and we ended up capturing a disembodied voice. And did you hear it in the moment, Jason? Because I think I remember you saying you didn't hear it in the moment.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing it in that moment.
Yeah, it was like a very strange like whisper, which is very strange because And to me, once you sent me over the audio file from your recorder and I listened back to it, that was when I could hear this word being said, which was very closely related to what we were talking about. So,
Right.
But without further ado, and if you haven't seen it, if you've seen the episode, you know what we're talking about. But here's the clip.
Okay, that was clear footsteps right out in the hallway. Was that you?
What?
I just heard a whisper.
No, I just kind of licked my lips.
I heard that, but I thought I heard a whisper there. Definitely listen back to that because I thought I heard a whisper there. Okay, that was clear footsteps right out in the hallway. Was that you?
What?
Was that you?
What?
I just heard a whisper.
All
That's
right.
a good one. That's a good one.
That's probably my favorite from the entire episode. So, but yes,
Yeah, Steve James, love it. Polycott Shadow Man does not need to fix it.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
So, but that one was probably my favorite disembodied voice of the entire episode. And it was just because it was so whispery, the whisper tone to it. It sounded like it was trying to tell us a secret. And it was right after I said that was clear footsteps out there, like it was saying walking, and like telling us it's walking. So it's very, it was very interesting to me. So, I mean, what do you guys think?
To me, it's a Class A UVP.
Yeah, I mean, it was relevant to what, the stories.
And
that
I
they've
wasn't
been
even
told.
there, so I mean, that's.
Mhm.
Well, and to hear walking, and then you capture walking.
Yeah.
What?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like it was validating for us. It was like, yeah, that's what you're hearing. So it was very strange. So
And off topic, one thing it definitely goes to show you do not have to be at these over commercialized locations to get amazing evidence.
Mm-mm.
no, yeah, you can get in some of our clearest EVPs have come from locations like that or residential, people's houses.
Spirits that aren't used to people addressing them. They're like, oh shoot, these people actually know that I'm here or think that I'm here, and they want to communicate.
Mm. Yeah.
It could be years and years before, for them since somebody tried to talk to them. At least say hi, give them company, give them comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and also, let me see. Tim says, I'm saying for sure it wasn't Ryan, unless he is secretly a female.
That's questionable.
Let me also give you another reason why we can be sure it wasn't me. Because, and this is where these live streams are going to come in handy, because I want you to listen to this again. When you hear the original clip before we do the replay, that audio is coming from the camera that I am holding in my hands. The microphone is literally right below my chin. And listen to how you really can't even hear the whisper. And then when Jason plays it back on his recorder, that whisper is that much more clear. So if it was coming from me, if I made the whisper, my camera's audio would have been louder than the recorder's audio that Jason had in his hand. But it was the opposite. It was louder on Jason's recorder, and you clearly saw on the camera that his mouth didn't move. It wasn't him speaking. So let's actually watch it again so people can see that. And then you can actually get an idea of why you can be positive it wasn't me. So when we're playing through the clip before the replay, that's the camera's audio, the camera that's in my hand. When we do the replay, that's the audio from Jason's recorder that he's holding in his hand.
Okay, that was clear footsteps right out in the hallway. Was that you?
What?
I just heard a whisper.
No, I just kind of licked my lips.
I heard that, but I thought I heard a whisper there. Definitely listen back to that because I thought I heard a whisper there. Okay, that was clear footsteps right out in the hallway. Was that you?
What?
Was that you?
What?
I just heard a whisper.
So there you go. That kind of gives you an idea. So it definitely was not me. I did not whisper. So
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm positive I did not whisper.
Cool.
Are you Bob certain?
Positive.
Right.
Positive.
Amy said, "Here's a question for you. Do you think that the more popular the location, the fewer experiences, because so many people come through exhausting the spirits? Spirits, I can't speak.
We've talked about that a lot, especially at the prison.
Yeah, we do talk about it a lot, and I would wager to agree with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like the commercialized locations. So, hey, there you go.
Yep.
Anyone been to Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia? In our Savannah, Georgia episode, I don't know. You might have to watch the episode and find out. Our episode's called "Most Haunted City in America." We may begin the episode with us doing a kind of like a pre-investigation interview with what we were about to do, and we may have been standing in a cemetery that looks similar to Bonaventure.
Dave liked the trip.
I know. Anyway, it's a beautiful place. We love Bonaventure Cemetery. It's like you're in a different world when you're in Bonaventure Cemetery.
Yes.
So yeah, it's like you're not even in this dimension when you're there. It's just so different. It's so cool. One of my favorite places. Savannah is one of my favorite cities that I've ever been to. So
agreed.
John wants to know, do y'all got a Wiccan on your team? I would not say any of us identify as being Wiccan.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, we all believe in different energies and things like that, and I know that's basically what Wiccans believe in is just the energies of life. So,
while Ryan's looking for another comment, I'm seeing lots of comments come through about other locations. We may do other episodes on past episode, like way in the past seasons episodes. This is something new that we're doing for the previous week's episode. And who knows, maybe we'll do a Facebook only version of this and we'll do past season episodes or something like
PQ
that.
flashbacks.
PQ
but
flashbacks.
I see you, Tobias. I see you. Maybe. We might. So we'll figure something out.
We will do it. So, but I think that was the last clip that I had. So without further ado, I think it's time to show the thumbnail.
Oh my gosh.
For next week's
Brace
episode.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it.
Joanne, go back and watch the episode again to get your fill for the Davis Apartments. It was a cool episode.
Yeah. It was a cool location. So this is an official announcement for next week's investigation, next week's episode. It'll be next Friday at 8 p.m. is when we're going to be releasing this episode. So we hope you all are ready for that. But check out the thumbnail for A Haunting at Stone Mansion.
That mansion was so awesome.
My. That's pretty cool.
There you go. So that is where we're going to be next week. And yes, it does look familiar. Paranormal Encounter. It's almost like you investigated and filmed there before. So. Thank you, Josie. I appreciate it. I spent about 2 hours yesterday.
That is the Stone Mansion, Mike. The Stone Mansion in Winchester, Indiana.
What I kept messing that up. What
Virginia.
Virginia. Yeah, well, you kept saying Richmond is what you kept saying.
Yeah.
I was out of it. I was like, oh, yeah, a breakdown.
That's right.
Yeah, go watch Paranormal Encounters, A Haunted Mansion for a pre-show.
There you go. So
their episode was cool. And then somebody asked about us going to, if we would ever go to Tala.
Hold on, let's get back to bigger screens for this topic.
Hold on, wait. Can we make Jason full screen here? That's what people want.
Jason's having a moment here. Jason's having a moment.
Oh, I'm like Brad Sanford, folks. It's like I'm calling for his lost wife. Yeah. Absolutely, we'd do Tala. You can't wait. Look, folks. It's not a matter of if, it's when. We're going to do Tala. You know, the four of us, we're going to have Tala. I mean, If anything about it, I'm going to make us.
Oh, we're
I
going.
promise you, folks, we're going to do Tala.
Jason, are you crossing over?
I'm crossing beyond the veil, man.
I think Jason's looking forward to entering that building.
Yeah.
Just slightly, man. You know,
Slightly?
Like slightly.
Dub
Oh.
said, "What's TALA? It's the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum
Yeah.
or Weston State Hospital."
Former state hospital for the state of West Virginia. And we will be there.
Yes.
I'll make sure of it.
In many regards, on
Another
almost every list, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is always voted as being pretty much the most haunted place in the United States of America.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is a caller episode, whatever that means.
It's
I
the
see what
driver.
I just had to heckle you a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be there whenever we can fit it in the budget and the schedule.
Yeah.
And
That's definitely one we've been for
Yeah.
a long time. It just, like you said, budget is the big thing.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. You guys are going to be. We're going to kick off 2021 pretty heftily.
Dude, I'm so stoked already.
Mm-hmm.
That's, we've got some
Yeah.
really cool things coming up for you guys. You have no clue.
You have no
Locked and
clue.
loaded, folks.
2021 is going to be the biggest year for Paranormal Quest yet, so stick around, and it's going to be a hell of an adventure, and we're
Like
ready
Jason
to
Cruz,
bring you
Area
along with
51.
us. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be crazy.
If we didn't get shot for trying to bring cameras near Area 51, that would be.
It's worth a shot. I mean, it's worth a shot.
That's right.
Camo dudes.
Did you say camo boots?
Yeah, the camo dudes.
Oh, the camo dudes.
And the white tundra is up on the hills watching you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Amanda said, "What is the purpose of the shepherd's tones? I can't watch it when you do it. It creeps me out." Jason, you want to explain that a little bit since you
Well,
this?
I guess in a way, because it creeps you out, that's like 30% mission accomplished. But the main purpose of using shepherd stones is just totally experimental. It basically, shepherd stones is playing a ascending tone and a descending tone, so at the same time. It's similar to like a binaural beat, like brainwave entrainment. And the idea is it sounds like it's going up and it's going down at the same time, and it never reaches an apex. So I thought, well, this deals with different frequencies. Perhaps this could reach out to the other side, that we're looking to communicate with. Maybe perhaps what we're going to play, these shepherd's tones, maybe they can hear.
Very,
Yes.
very creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Very,
Oh, what?
very, very creepy. While I saw this up here, I see Kitka. Kitka, stick around. We're gonna
Sorry.
What the heck was that?
I got,
I was like,
I got really excited. I'm sorry.
wrong timing.
Oh god.
We so for those of you that don't know, is we actually got a PO box,
Mhm.
and we did receive something in the PO box from Kitka.
We did.
So I don't know. Do you want us to show everyone on camera what you sent? What you sent to us?
Yeah, you guys want us to open some mail and try some weird food real quick?
Uh-oh.
food? Mm.
Unfortunately, Jason won't be able to try it because he's in
I
a
was gonna
separate
say.
area. But we'll save him some if
Yeah.
they want us to.
Yeah.
We can you do a little thingy that has the PO box?
I mean, you can do a you can do a banner.
Oh, cool.
What I can't remember what it is.
PO box or Paranormal Quest. PO
Thanks,
box.
Leanne.
Oh, Leanne got it right there.
She's already on it, man.
I have an awful memory. I can hardly remember my own address sometimes.
She's got us going.
Mukbang. Yeah, so if you guys want to send us something cool, I think at the end of all of these little shows, we're gonna try and do like open some mail and stuff.
Yeah. If we get some mail in the PO box, we'll open it up at the end of these streams. So there is a couple of things, and I'm not going to lie to you. You'll notice the box is open. We did open it and look at it.
Just to make sure there was nothing shady in there.
Yes.
I mean, we know you all wouldn't send us anything shady, but mostly because we get excited.
When you see what's written on the side of the box,
yeah.
you'll understand why we opened it. But then the other one, she said she didn't require us to film it, but so we just went ahead and opened that too.
All right, so we received this box in the we received this in the PO box, and we were very concerned about what might be inside because it says nuts.com, and we thought,
Oh.
And it says, "What are you waiting for? Nuts? Taste me. I'm nut tasting."
That's like nuts in a box,
That's right.
right?
And we were very concerned.
Somebody said, if I send you a Scottish flag, will you wear it? Sure.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. What are you talking about? I'm Scots Irish, baby.
Heck yeah.
Me too.
But so we opened it up, and this is really cool, everybody. You're gonna really enjoy this because what Kitka sent us was gummy brains from nuts.com. They're like gummies, but they're shaped like brains.
Oh, nice. Make us smarter.
And she sent us some gummy skulls. You can't really see it through the packaging because they're all turned sideways. But they are little gummy skulls.
That's awesome.
So do we want to open this up and try some gummy brains and gummy skulls?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. What do we want, skulls or brains first?
Skulls.
Skulls. Open the package.
It's been.
Let's do this thing.
We gotta try some stuff from the other box.
We do.
That stuff is just weird.
Grab you.
Not weird.
Grab me a few.
It's a good.
It's foreign to us.
That's foreign to us. There is one weird thing in there.
We
Grab
like weird.
Dude, these are awesome. You can actually see a little bit of the detail on them.
It stinks. I'm not gonna lie.
It smells different.
I don't know if you can see
Is
that in
this
the
from
light.
the States or is this from somewhere else?
This is from New Jersey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
New Jersey.
All right.
Looks
Ready?
delicious.
3, 2, 1. I like that.
Tastes good.
Not roofies in there, so is there?
I had a purple one time to try a pink one.
Those are good.
Nice.
That's awesome. We'll eat a bunch of those. And then let's try some brain here.
Brains.
We're going to turn into zombies in front of your very eyes. Grab you a brain there, Steve. Sorry, Jason. I hate to do this in front of you without you being able to participate.
Wish you were here, Boo.
Remember to
Right.
choose.
Send me a few. I'll be up in a few days.
Oh, my God. This smells good.
These smell
brain.
awesome.
All right, just for India.
That's pretty good.
Oh, actually, that's really
Real
good.
good.
These are awesome.
That's better than the skull.
The whopping dead.
Tobias, there we go. Send Swedish candy. Yes.
Sweet.
I'm getting ready to eat the whole bag of these brains.
Liam, oh, my God. Stop.
Wait, it's
What's
not
that, Liam?
scrolling. Where's the
Sorry, Liam.
banner scroll?
Okay, Liam.
Oh, I didn't make it because she posted it in the...
Oh,
This is really good.
those are. Can I have one more of those?
Yeah.
So if you guys want some, go to nuts.com and tell them that Paranormal Quest sent you.
That's right.
And thank you to who was it? Kitka. Is she still watching? Oh, there she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot in here, so we will definitely save some for Jason. It says 1 yummy pound. So
I'm waiting.
if you guys want some, go to nuts.com, and this isn't sponsored, but make sure you type it in correctly. Nuts.com. I think we should have probably looked at that first, but tell them Paranormal Quest sent you.
Yeah, delicious.
Hold on, I'm giving you the...
Yes, do so, India. Send us some British stuff from America.
America.
Ah, shoot.
Nuts.com. Not sponsored.
Okay.
Oh.
What'd you do?
No, it's great. It's great.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Don't eat two at once.
That way you can see it. There we go.
Oh, Donna!
What happened? What did we
She
miss?
became a member.
Thank you,
Hey,
Don.
Welcome.
Sweet. I'm gonna grab the other box.
Yeah, grab the other box.
there
I'm
you
gonna
go,
hold
Donna.
the rain.
Where is the other box?
That's right down here at your feet.
Ah! Didn't need to come over here.
Oh,
It was right over there on the other side. So are you all having fun?
Hold on. There's one thing that I know I'm gonna need to throw in the toaster or something.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put those away before I eat the whole bag. Kitka,
Yeah, those are really good.
you rock.
My stomach's really happy right now.
Oh, mine too.
That's good for the gullet.
Yes.
It is. So, do we want to show some of the things that don't need to be in a toaster?
Yeah. We'll show the toaster thing last.
Okay. So, this one was sent from our good friend Vanessa.
From the great
Oh, cool.
country
Australia.
of Australia.
Hey,
All of our friends down under.
So thank you, Vanessa.
there you are.
She sent a very nice calendar.
Oh.
That
We
is.
noticed that the calendar doesn't say where anything is, so that was strange. In America, we kind of normally list where the picture is taken.
Well,
Or maybe-
That's all right.
Maybe we'll have to go find out.
Yeah. So, chicken parm shapes. I guess they're
That's interesting.
crackers.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'll pass this stuff to Steve because he hasn't seen any of it yet.
Interesting.
They're oven baked, not fried, which is good.
We have raspberry twists.
I'm excited for those.
Yeah, I love
We have some Australian
Hey.
candy
that.
to try here.
We've got fresh licorice,
Mm-mm-mm.
batch number 37,
I
apparently.
already found the beach I want to go to. That beach.
Yes.
They have some
Um,
clubs right
delightfully unexpected milk chocolate.
Ooh, licorice.
It's fruit chocolate.
There's that one.
Does anyone know what the fru stands for in fru chocks? Australians need not answer.
Tim Tams. I've always wanted to try these. It's the only thing out of this I've heard of other than the thing we're saving for last. Other Tim Tams.
More Tim Tams.
Is this exciting for you guys or is this boring?
I'm
Are
excited.
you talking to us or to the people?
Probably not that exciting for Jason.
No.
Aw.
Making me hungry.
Australian strawberry jam.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Probably could use another toaster item for that.
We could.
Hey.
And then there's some different candies and stuff like down in here.
Gluten-free and vegan.
Yep.
And then I'm not excited for this.
I don't know how else it's going to go.
Vegemite.
Nice.
Hey.
So
It can't be anything like the ghost peppers.
No. God.
well, to our Australia, was there anybody from Australia watching? I can't remember.
Yeah, I saw a couple
Yeah,
of people, I think.
Would it be
Bean boozlers.
Ryan and I don't eat bread, so we don't have bread to put it on, but we have English muffins. Do you think that'll be fine?
Well, it might be good just to taste it as it's by itself.
Yeah.
Like in a raw. And hey, we're all going to do it.
Hey.
Yes, Frida. There's Vegemite.
Oh, no, I got
I know-
that song stuck in my head now.
I know Frida's from Australia. Is it
I know,
okay,
under-
Frida, to eat this on what was it? An English muffin?
No, that's
right.
That
Vegavita,
song's stuck in my head.
Vegavita vitamin.
Man down under.
Vegavita vitamin.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
What was that song while you eat Vegemite?
The sound of music.
That's right.
Muffin is fine, but not too much. Okay. What do you guys want to try first?
Well, before we get the Vegemite in our mouth and end up having that on our palate, let's do that
Are we
last.
going dessert first? Or are we going to,
I tell you
do
what,
what our parents taught us and have dinner before dessert?
I'm going to go ahead and try these Arnott shapes because this is pretty much the only thing that's not chocolatey.
Yeah, let's try the. What is it? Flavor is it?
It's
Chicken
chicken parmy.
This is an interesting.
You want to try it all at the same time?
I'll do it. That would be fun.
Sandy's saying, "Don't do it."
So that way, everyone has the reactions at the same time.
Yeah, how's the bag smell?
Oh my god, that smells good.
It smells good.
I think it smells good.
Oh, it smells like pizza
Pizza combos.
pizza combos.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
One.
Oh wow,
Oh my god.
that's send us some more of those.
More.
Those are fantastic.
Oh wow,
Nope, real.
that's really good.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yes,
Now-
I eat English muffins. I don't know if Ryan does, but we don't eat bread. We don't really like it. At least I don't.
yeah, the only thing I really like bread on is, I don't know, rolls, like dinner rolls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, should we go for the Tim Tams next?
Yes, Tim Tams.
Dave's been waiting on that one.
Jason is in a different part of the state, unfortunately.
We'll save you some of these, Jason. That way you can have some whenever you get up here.
It's like
I was
opening
gonna say, I'm going to be up there in a few days.
Grab you a Tim Tam.
Good, because I have your Christmas present, Jason.
Jason, Ben Baker wants to know if you're having fun.
I'm having fun watch you all react to something that I hope is going to be really hot or something uncomfortable.
You just want us to be in pain.
It
All
is
right.
the-
This is the regular
The
Tim
regular.
Tam. This is the original, made with irresistible real chocolate.
Oh, it's fine.
It's melting in my hand.
It's a soft chocolate.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Cheers.
Oh my dear Lord.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Wow.
I don't like chocolate, so I'm not crazy about it, but it's
Mm-hmm. I like it.
very chocolatey.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's a nice soft chocolate.
You want the rest? I'm not.
Sure. Well, yeah.
Do you want to try the chewy caramel Tim Tams now?
Yes. No bread means no muffins. It's not because of like a carb thing or a health thing, clearly. So, I just don't really like bread. We just don't buy it. We're not here enough to eat it.
All right. Here we go. We got some chewy caramel Tim Tams.
They're dying for us to sniff this Vegemite.
You'll have to
we-
wait.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, Tyler. Yeah.
Last one, Dave.
Yes. All right. Here we go. Caramel Tim Tam. Caramel Tim Tam. However you pronounce it. Ready?
Much better.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Oh, my God.
That's much better. I
Now
still
what you
don't-
do is you take a boat at the same time.
I'll just set it there.
Try it. We'll go.
Mm.
Much better.
Yeah.
Amy said yes. Dip it.
All right. We're going for the fruit chocks now.
Ooh, this is more sugar than I've eaten all year.
See what you do to us, Vanessa? You send us sugar and then we try it and
We love you, Vanessa.
we end up having a fruit choc. Get a fruit choc.
So far, my favorite thing actually was these shapes.
Those are good. Those are really good.
For those of you that don't know, fruit chocs are the delightfully unexpected milk chocolate, and I think they're mango
Are these like
I think apricot.
or apricot.
Are these like an off-brand of what they call Maltesers, which is what we call Whoppers? 'Cause
No,
I don't like Whoppers.
I don't
Here we
believe
go.
so. Here we go.
Wait, one more time. What is it?
Fruit chocs.
With apricot?
I think.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Nancy.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's in the freezer. My vegetable paste with the texture of earwax. Oh,
I've had something like this before.
I mean, it's not bad.
not bad at all.
It tastes like a cherry cordial. No offense, Aussies.
I wish Allison and Cag were here to watch this.
Hey, they're missing out.
Jason, you want the rest of my Tim Tam?
Hey, save it for me.
All right. We're not losing a bunch of people. That's great.
Guys,
Marine Jarhead.
Range your head. Hey, there you go.
Thank you very much. Oh, we're going to try the Vegemite. We're just saving it for last, so we still have an appetite.
I'm keeping this in case of the
That's a good idea.
I will, Frida. I will taste some Vegemite straight. I'll put it on a spoon.
I'm doing mine straight
I'll put it on a spoon and then just stick it right down the
old pipe.
That's right.
First $100 super chat, and Ryan will eat half the jar with a spoon.
What?
Oh,
I didn't agree to that. I've been nice to you guys, giving you all sorts of delightfully wonderful snacks like these twist raspberry things.
I'm excited for these. Raspberry is my favorite thing.
Twisters.
I am
Even
too,
smell
Susan.
good.
I am too. I'm nervous. The only thing I'm nervous about is this
Smell.
and maybe this because I don't like licorice.
I like licorice.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you very much. There we go. How's yours, Jason? Oh, that's right. You don't have one.
Thank you, Helen.
Very much.
I'm going to tan your behind.
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
That was pretty good.
That was. Now it's time for some batch 37 fresh licorice. Made in Australia.
Does it smell?
That's a strong licorice smell.
This is a very popular thing over here. Actually, it smells like Jaeger.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Steve.
Do you have any?
No, unfortunately.
3, 2, 1.
Hopefully, you have a damn canvas on hand.
Actually, that just tastes like Jaeger. Chewy
so
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Hey, thanks, Marine Jarhead.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marine Jarhead.
Thank you very much. I like that better than the strawberry or raspberry.
Nice.
That's like a different licorice to me.
All right, should we all get spoons and take a scoop of this
I'll grab
strawberry
some.
jam?
Yeah, that a lot of stuff I've had licorice is like overbearing. This is
How about knives? Because I don't feel like washing a bunch of spoons.
There you go. This is actually made
Ryan, grab your weapon.
crafted in Adelaide Hills, South Australia.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Hey,
That smells pretty good.
Now,
Jesus Christ, Josh! Thank you, man.
Oh my gosh.
Ryan,
Thank you.
you ready, buddy?
Oh yeah, that's right. Just dawned on.
oh my God, Josh.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be so upset when I love the taste of
Holy
it.
crap.
Yeah, I want to be real mad.
Not the
Thank
whole
you, Josh.
jar.
Okay.
Or maybe like 3.
That's like Dave and I get our portions, and that way he can just get a big chunk of it.
God.
Here we go. Ready?
Keep
Get
on
you
cau-
some
keep
jam.
on cautious.
Now, see, one of my favorite things is strawberry preserves.
Please
so.
stay on there. All right.
What wait?
Okay. Take your time, Dave.
3.
2, 1.
Oh, wow.
Holy
That's-
crap!
That's tasty.
I'm gonna eat this plastic. Nice.
Oh, Jason, I it's good, isn't it?
No, don't tell him it's
Ooh.
horrible. That way we don't have to give it to him. Oh my gosh.
If I love half a jar of it. In other words, she's saying I'm going to hate it.
Right? You're going to have to do your best acting bit ever. All right.
Hey, commit.
I'm going to put this lid back on the jam before we spill it.
So, guys, for those that are familiar with this, if I cover like half of the knife and spread that on, is that enough or not enough?
Yeah, like what's the portion?
Well, let's open it and smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, in Australia, they don't put the little seals on there because they actually trust their people. It smells like cat breath.
I tend to be one with a cast iron stomach in the group. What do you think? Dave, I'm trusting you.
I don't have a very cast iron stomach, so. It smells like cat breath, man.
It smells like cat food. I don't know what I think yet.
All right, here we go.
Eat it raw.
Yeah.
I mean,
ooh,
it doesn't smell bad to me.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't love it.
It kind of smells like a mix of like hazelnut spread and pool chlorine.
Sure, that smells great. Can't wait to eat that.
Mary wants to know what Vegemite is. Vegemite is hold on, I'll read it right off. It's made in Australia from at least 95% Australian ingredients. It is a spread that is made from yeast extract. So it's like wheat yeast, salt.
That's a plus.
Frida said it's similar to the ingredients in beer.
Oh, cool.
Just like
That means Ryan's going to like it.
very, very concentrated.
I love beer.
Mom said it's bugs.
It's bugs.
All right.
All right.
Keep these folks entertained. I'll go make this up.
Yep, and get me a spoon because I got to spoon this out.
I'm going to put poo down. Platypus dropping.
Am I going to hate myself after this, everyone? Am I going to hate my life?
It's good for repellent.
It's good for the camera.
Dip your sheeps in it.
Steve, I may send you some post-mortem photos to your museum.
Oh,
I have a loot of them because in my origin country, they've been popular till like the 90s. It's my fam, and I don't like them.
I would be honored to have those. Maybe just have them sent to the PO box.
Yeah, you could just send them to the PO box if you'd like. Yeah. Which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, maybe make sure if and when you do send them to package them real well, because sometimes our postal service isn't that delicate with things.
Is this enough? Can I see it?
Kind of. Pull it back. That's right, Kitka.
Smell?
I gotta
Is that
eat
that
some
stuff?
brains after this. Eat some gummy brains to get it off my
You broke
palate.
the seal of the top of it's what happened. Now you can smell in here.
Is that enough?
I don't smell anything.
I got a whiff of something. I must. Dave.
Just take a deep, deep inhale.
It's a peculiar smell
Are they saying it's
to
enough?
me.
Josie says no more. Plenty. Yes.
Oh,
Dave, get a tragedy of both in case it's that bad.
Oh, God.
By the way, though.
that smells
Here
like
we go.
concentrated pet food or something.
So do I have to eat half the jar?
Yes. That was.
How about just one big
Yeah. Okay.
handily spoon?
Because we want to save some for Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, we gotta save some Vegemite for Jason to try. I'll just do one big, giant, heaping spoonful. That way Jason has some to try too.
It looks like, Dave, that Tina Fraser said that if you breathe it in real hard, you don't hold your nose. When you put it in your mouth, it'll help. Just breathe it in and then put it in your mouth.
I know what it looks like. It reminded me of that beeswax you use when you put a seal on a thing. You know, you ever switch one up and use beeswax ring?
Yeah, like bear fat to waterproof boots. Yeah.
I know, Amy.
What? Just from a look of it.
Can you bring the jar back over here?
Oh yeah. Oh god, it smells like wet dog food or something.
Dave has to take 85 years to prepare his
Thank
Vegemite English.
More happens. Thank you.
Thank you.
More happens. Send us some support. Thank you.
So, you guys got any more questions?
No,
Also, Steve needs a spoon.
Why?
Oh, are you gonna put? No, you're gonna taste that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to use the other end of this.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't eat all.
I was gonna say I'm the only person.
I was going to try it with it. I'll still try it that way.
Okay.
But I was going to just get a.
This one's got the most on it. So.
Okay, I'll remember that one.
Is that a big heaping spoonful?
More.
That's you gotta try it like
you're not
this
even
first.
covering the other part of the spoon. Rules is rules.
I don't even know if I can fit that in my mouth.
Yes, you can.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Last night.
Leanne said she's gagging already.
Make sure you get just waft it before you taste it.
I already did. I can't.
Wine.
You guys don't want to try it on the bread first?
No.
Well, if I try it on the bread and I don't like it, it's only going to be that much worse.
Okay.
It'll be good, man.
This actually, I'm not going to tell you what I think this looks like because it'll make it even harder to eat it.
That stuff's delicious.
Oh.
Let the cat try first.
Come here, cat. Where's she at? Oh, okay. All right.
Wait
guys.
a minute.
What? Did you try it?
No.
Oh.
We doing on 3?
Do I have to stick the whole spoonful in my mouth?
As much as you can.
Bendy's Creative Crafting by Bendy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Why did you volunteer me to do this?
Because Josh put $100 down on
$100 grand. Bring it on.
Where my mind's at. Josh put $100 down. You owe this to Josh.
I do because I had the volunteer.
Now commit.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my holy God. All right. Hey, girl. That stuff's strong.
Oh,
Hey, that's
God.
salty.
Oh, shit.
I'm seeing stars.
I'll take a ghost pepper any day. I'm not throwing up. I took it like a champ.
It was great.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
Can you give me some water?
That is the most vile thing I've ever put in my mouth.
That's what she said? Ugh. I don't want to eat food anymore. Oh yeah, I kept my chocolate.
Here you go.
Thanks. That's why I kept my chocolate.
No.
Oh, my stomach is literally giving me the middle finger right now.
Oh,
We're
God.
gonna be crying. Wow. That was the most foul thing.
That's the kind of stuff you send your in-laws.
Whew.
Jesus criminy.
Jason, can't wait for you to
Yeah,
try
man.
this, man.
Let me
I'm
just
looking
say,
forward to it. I can't
If-
wait.
because they've stayed in business, there has to be someone who enjoys that. And if you enjoy eating that, you're a psychopath.
You have my respect.
I think they stay in business because everybody dares everyone to eat it, so they go buy it. I don't even know what happened to my glasses.
Amy says, please leave this live up, whatever you do. It's staying up. All of these are haunted proof live streams are going to stay up.
What just happened?
I don't know. I don't know. That was... Well,
Josh, I hope you enjoyed that. We appreciate the super chat. I need a brain.
Gypsy, there you go.
I want a freaking some chicken parm here.
Poor Dave. Why poor Dave? Poor Ryan.
What does it taste like just by like on a piece of bread?
Poor Dave vomited in the trash can like 4 times.
So they said like a little bit of it doesn't taste bad, right? It doesn't matter a lot or a little.
God, it's the same either way.
Mm.
Have some chicken parm.
Yeah. Pardon my French.
Wow.
I know how I always freaking wait. I won't be that obese. I'll just think of this stuff. I won't want to freaking eat. Give me a little nip of it in the morning. I won't eat all day.
Cat breath bread. That's pretty accurate. It's someone said it's yummy. Nope. Well, that was.
It's overpowering the chicken parm. that really takes me off.
Here, eat a brain.
All right, brain.
The brains work.
Give me some brain, Ryan.
Wow. So.
Oh my God.
What was the texture like? Kind of like glue.
Yeah, it was like
plumber's putty.
Plumber's putty. Yeah.
That's what I've eaten. Plumber's putty.
If you guys want us to enjoy any other products from your country, the P.O. box is scrolling below.
It is. And just remember, we have a new episode that's going to be premiering next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday on the 8th of January, right?
Yes.
Yes, on the 8th of January. A Haunting at Stone Mansion. And yeah.
What? Dipping in his Nutter Butters in it.
I scared Jet because I lost my mind laughing so hard. You know.
Oh, God.
The picture, remember? The Nutter Butters on your face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I will say,
I forgot about that.
As a closing thought, while this...
Oh, thank you, Rachel. We appreciate that so much.
That? Rachel.
She said, I wouldn't waste my Monday sending anything to you if you're going to be disrespectful idiots. And
I'm
idiots.
sorry. God bless you.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry we don't all have the same palates.
Let us all humble ourselves in your presence.
Oh, that was good timing.
And keep you. Peace.
Good timing, whatever your name was.
Ryan, are you going to raise my admission to the pen since I made you suffer? Said Josh Rutherford.
I would.
Yeah.
I absolutely would.
It's gonna go up by a couple bucks at least. But
that was fun, guys. That was fun.
Someone said, I hope you don't feel sick when you get up in the morning. Are there like after effects?
Is there after effects to this?
Happy New Year to you too, Kitka, and everybody else.
Yes, Happy New Year to everyone. We really appreciate it. And we have a new episode, like I said, coming out next Friday, January the 8th.
Tyler just tripled the cost.
That's right.
A Haunting at Stone Mansion. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. A Haunting at Stone Mansion.
I wouldn't mind going back there.
The episode itself is about halfway done, or a little more than halfway done, so it'll be definitely ready. So
Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for
Thank
all
you.
the donations and everything and
Yeah.
the support.
We love
Yes.
each and every one of you.
and remember that if you want to see that episode early, all you have to do is check out one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Become a member, become a patron, and you get at least 24 hours early access to the episode, usually sometimes earlier. But
Yeah.
thank you all so much. We appreciate it. We're going to end this live stream. We're coming up on 2 hours. Thank you for spending the evening with us. Thank you for all the love. Thank you to Vanessa for sending us all these lovely treats and that Vegemite and the calendar and everything. And thank you to Kitka for the brains and skulls. We appreciate it. You are the best.
Amanda made a pretty good point there.
Did she?
Go back up the thing you're about. I mean, that's something we definitely should worry about. Make sure what we do try, make sure it's professionally sealed.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I'm allergic to peanuts. So if you send me anything peanuts, I won't eat it.
Yeah, we checked all of this stuff, guys, before
Yeah.
we tried it.
But other than that,
And thanks. I want to say thank you to
Joanne.
Joanne for the compliment. Thank you much. Appreciate it.
thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy New Year,
Bless you
everyone.
guys. Love
We'll
you.
see you in 2021. Much
Yes.
love. And everyone enjoy your new year and be
Yes.
safe.
Make good
Yes.
decisions.